Hey guys, sorry for the weird background. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video, so I needed to like sit against something so that I don't like crumble and fall apart with my old body. Today I'm really excited for this one. We are going to be doing a tier ranking of all of the books that I read in 2024. I started my booktube channel in July, and so the first half of the year I didn't really get to chat with you guys about the books that I had read or was reading. So I thought it'd be really fun to just take you along, and we're going to use Tier Maker, and I'll link it down below in case you want to do this on your own channel or for yourself. But we're going to talk about all the books that I read in 2024. Spoiler, there's like 200, so buckle up, get something to drink. I should probably grab my drink as well. Also, I'm going to try my hardest to like picture this, but I'm not very good at editing, so if you don't see me, I'm here. I'm talking. So let's go ahead and look at my screen, and I'll talk a little bit about the tier system that I have set up. I have a 5-tier kind of ranking system. At the top I have Still Thinking About. This is a book that I could still recommend. I still remember so many parts of it. I am still obsessed, still thinking about it. Next I have Absolutely Loved. These are books that I absolutely loved in the moment, and I can still tell you that I loved them, but I might not really remember as much anymore. But that's okay because I love them in the moment. Next we have Middle of the Road. These are like books that I read, but they're like neither a favorite nor like a least favorite. They're just kind of middle of the road, you know? Next I have Can't Remember Much. So unlike the Absolutely Loved, I feel nothing when I talk about this book. I don't really have any connection to it, but it's not the absolute worst thing that I've ever read. It's a thing that I've read. I couldn't tell you a darn thing about it. And lastly, I have DNF or It Should Have Been. These are books that either I did not finish, so they were still in my tier ranking because I did technically read them in 2024. So either I did DNF it or I should have DNF'd it because it was absolutely not a great time. So that is the tier system that we're working with here. They are alphabetical, so this is not in order of when I read them. But we're gonna just jump in and see kind of what we were working with here. So the first one we have is Beautiful Wedding. This one made me really mad, and I can't remember if I did actually finish it or if I DNF'd it, but it should have been a DNF. If I didn't DNF it, it should have been. Hello? There we go. I absolutely hated how she treated him. I thought that it was not great. I was not a fan. Next we have A Curse So Dark and Lonely. This one I did DNF. I was definitely not rooting for the main love interest. I was rooting for the other guy. It's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I had great high hopes because I love Beauty and the Beast, but I could not finish this one. Next we have A Little Complicated. I still think about this book all the time. I think I finished it in like November, and I'm still obsessed with it. I would read it again tomorrow. I might reread it this year. I don't know. Next we have Long Love Song for Liars. I'm gonna go middle of the road because I do kind of remember this series. Same with Love Song for Rebels. It's the same series. And let me see if, I think there's one other one, like Love Notes maybe. See if I can find the other one. I don't remember, here it is. I don't remember I couldn't tell you what happened in each book. But I can tell you like general basis. Overall, not my favorite. 1,000 Boy Kisses. I'm really sorry that I'm gonna upset so many people. Middle of the road. It wasn't, I didn't love it. It is YA, and I think that really affected my enjoyment of it. A Walk to Remember. Absolutely loved. This is one of my favorite books from when I was a kid, which is honestly shocking because when I reread it I was like, wow, the fact that I love this book as a teenager is just shocking. But it will always be a great classic in my opinion. All by My Elf. I just read this in December and I don't even remember what happened. I cannot remember any part of that. All the Lies, and actually all of the Mindfuck series. Let's go ahead and grab all of those because they are not together. All the Lies, I believe, is book 4. Painted All Red is book 5. Scarlet Angel, I believe, is book 3. Sidetracked is book 2. And where's book 1? The Risk, there it is. I'll put this entire series in absolutely loved. I think I did end up giving the last 2 books maybe 5 stars. But I absolutely loved the series. It was tons of fun. Also, my son and my husband just got home, so we might get interrupted. Buckle up. All Your First Without Me. I loved this one. It was very emotional, so be prepared for that. Asking for It, I DNF'd. I originally had added this to my TBR because CNC is one of my favorite tropes, and this one, it was not done well. She was just like constantly whining about wanting somebody to grape her, and I didn't love that, so I DNF'd it. Back for Seconds. Oh gosh, what do I do with that? This one's about a woman who interacts with an entire turkey dinner that comes to life. Probably should have been a DNF, but I definitely finished it. I definitely read the entire thing. Bad. Hi, Dana. Hi. I'm recording a video. You want to say hi really quick, and then I gotta do this business thing.
Hi.
Well, it's up there.
Oh, hi. I didn't know I thought it was down there, but I was actually down there.
I'm talking to them about what I'm doing on my computer.
Oh.
Pretty wild, right?
It's wild.
So wild. Did you have a good day at Dee Dee's? Okay, I'll be downstairs in a few minutes.
Ow.
I love you. Beat it. Hey, you want to do me a favor? Never mind, it's early. You don't have to do it.
I know I can do it.
You want to feed Drogo for me? Thanks, buddy.
He went downstairs.
Oh, he's outside with Dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll come in a little bit.
Okay. When he comes in, we'll feed him, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right, thanks, buddy. Love you. Bye. Bad Motherfucker, I did DNF with this one. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, was that Dad? You can go ahead and feed Drogo, buddy, okay? He's trying to corral the dog. Bad Motherfucker, I DNF'd at like 50%. Whoops. Bagged by the Groceries. Also a story about a woman who interacts with food in an intimate way. It's fine. Next we have Beach Read, and I always get Beach Read and Book Lovers mixed up, but I did enjoy it. I think I'm gonna put it in middle of the road and Book Lovers because I don't remember which one is which, honestly. I think Beach Read is about the 2 authors, and Book Lovers is about the like editors, maybe, but I don't really remember. So I'm just gonna put them both in middle of the road, but I did enjoy them. Beautiful Bastard, I'll put it in middle of the road because I do remember it, but I was not a fan. I will put Beautiful Bitch in DNF or should have. I haven't really enjoyed the series, and I've only read, I think I read 3 books this year. Oh yeah, Beautiful Strangers right here. I actually enjoyed Beautiful Stranger more than Beautiful Bastard and Beautiful Bitch, but not that much. Below Zero, I actually loved this novella by Ali Hazelwood. I read that whole trilogy this year, and Below Zero was my favorite one. A Not So Meet Cute. I really liked the idea of this one, but I think it was a little too long, so I'm gonna put it in middle of the road. Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. I had so much fun with this one. It is a nonfiction, but it is about Tom Felton and his time in the Harry Potter series and like growing up and things like that, and I actually really enjoyed it. Next I have Bitter Truth. I'm gonna put this one in loved. I really liked the banter and the tension between these 2 characters, and it's got Yes Chef energy, so if that's your vibe, Bitter Truth. And the second book comes out in February, so check that out. Blood Moon was a DNF. It's a vampire romance, and his name is Vlad. It's terrible. Next we have the Wolf Hotel series. Sadly I do remember these, but I would not put them in middle of the road, so I'm gonna put them in can't remember much because I did not have the best time. Let's find the rest of them. Teach Me, Tempt Me. I think those are the only 3. I did not love these characters. I'm sorry, I know this is such a big, well-loved series, but it was not my favorite. Bride, I actually loved, and I know that a lot of people don't love this from Allie Hazelwood, but I actually had a great time reading it, so do with that what you will. Breaking the Ice, I would say middle of the road. It is a clean hockey figure skater romance. One thing that I feel like clean romance can sometimes go wrong is there's just not enough tension, which I need and thrive on. So that's where that one goes. Broken Bonds by Jay Bree. I enjoyed this one, but honestly, I can't remember much, so I'm gonna have to reread it before I continue the series, which is unfortunate. Next we have Boy in Love, and where's Girl in Love? Because it's a duet that goes together. Here it is. I absolutely loved Girl in Love. Boy in Love, I would say, was middle of the road. This is a duet by Rebecca Yarros and Jay Crowder, maybe? Girl in Love, I'm pretty sure was my first ever Rebecca Yarros book. Unless I read it after Fourth Wing, but I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure that it was my first ever Rebecca Yarros. Butcher and Blackbird, still thinking about it. I'm sorry if you are not a Butcher and Blackbird lover. I loved that shit. I ate it right up. I had the best time. The audiobook, so good. So good. Next we have Catching Feelings. I will put this one in middle of the road. I absolutely love Maren Moore. I have been obsessed with her since she was R. Holmes and writing like darker romance. But I think I've read too many books by her now, and it's getting a little repetitive, which is unfortunate, but it's okay. Still usually can have a good time, but they are long, and you lose me. Cherry Condition. This book was terrible. It's a novella. I read a lot of like weird novellas this year. It's a novella about a car or something. It was bizarre. Confess, I actually really enjoyed this one. If anybody remembers like Post Secret back in like the 2000s, it's giving Post Secret vibes, and I thought it was really fun. Cookies and Cream was a very weird gingerbread man romance, and if I didn't DNF it, I probably should have. Corny was not that bad. I'll put it in can't remember much, but I definitely remember it was about like a crocheted candy corn that like came to life. It was also sapphic, if you can even call it sapphic, because she was literally a stuffed animal. Anyway, it was a wild year for me, let me tell you. Next we have Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. I had a good time when I read this, but honestly, I don't remember very much of it, so that's unfortunate. Next we have Crave. This is a YA, like vampire thing. I did finish it. I'll put it in can't remember much, but I don't think I'll continue the series, that's for sure. Counting the Cost, I kind of was like on this weird nonfiction kick for a hot bit. I really don't remember much about this story, like what she had to say about it. I read one of the other sisters' things as well this year. I was in that vibe. Crown Crows at Thorn Point, I DNF'd. I am no longer into 20-somethings who own the whole world. It just doesn't do it for me anymore. Cruel Winter with You, I read in December, and it was pretty good. It's a novella. There's only so much you can do in a novella. Crescendo, which is book 2 in the Hush Hush series, I DNF'd. YA. It's rough. It's hard for me. I tried to start the Black Dagger Brotherhood with Dark Lover and failed miserably. I DNF'd it. It's like a 50 book series, so if you're thinking about getting into it, buckle up, Buttercup, because it is a lot. And I struggled. Where's Shatter? So next is Destroy Me, which is book 2 in the Shatter Me series. Where's Shatter Me? Am I blind? There it is. I really enjoyed Shatter Me. I think Destroy Me was a good follow-up to it, but I don't think it had the same impact as Shatter Me did. That being said, the series is really hard to find now in ebook, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it. Like, the libraries don't have it anymore, so I will have to purchase them, which I'm not sure if I want to do that, so it is what it is. Don't Let Me Fall was actually my first Kelsey Ray. A Little Complicated, that I'm obsessed with, is actually like the legacy, or like the next generation of the characters from this first series, the Don't Let Me series. Don't Let Me Fall, I absolutely loved. Don't Let Me Break, which is book 3, I also loved. Don't Let Me Go was not my favorite. That was book 2. So book 1, book 2, book 3. But I still have 2 books left in that series. Double Stuffed. Where's Stuffed? I feel like we need to do that one first. Did I read A Pillow Romance? Yes, I did. Should I have DNF'd it? Probably. Did I then read the sequel? Yes, I did. Should I have DNF'd it? Probably. Yeah, this woman, she's got commitment issues, I guess, and she just loves on her pillow, and the pillow comes to life. That's that. Down and Dirty. So I read this box set that is all, it was the Innocence Lost box set. Down and Dirty, was that the camping one? I think might have been the camping one. No, I think Roughing It was the camping one. I can't remember which one this one was, this Down and Dirty. It was literally like 10 short stories. The whole box set was like 100 pages, so they were like 10, 15 pages each. Drop Cover and Hold On was part of the, what was it called? I don't remember. I don't remember what it was called, but it was like an Amazon Originals series around Valentine's Day. Drop Cover and Hold On, there was like an earthquake thing. I do kind of remember it. I would say it was kind of middle of the road. Edge of Chaos, I read as an arc. It's being re-released. This one has been re-released. The rest of the series has been taken off sale because it is being revamped and re-released. Edge of Chaos, so good. Absolutely loved it. It's about storm chasers. So cool. Elfed, I'm learning that I do not like when the male ejaculate has a scent or a taste. Yeah. Excellent, though, I feel like was not terrible, which is unfortunate because that one was not the worst. It's weird. Every Summer After, it was kind of middle of the road. I also read Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, and I feel like they had very similar plot lines, but I felt like Love and Other Words was a little bit better, so I'm gonna put that higher. I read Elixir, which is a book by Hilary Duff. It's actually a trilogy. I had a good time, but I honestly can't remember much about it. I'm probably gonna have to reread it before I read the next book in the series. Fake Game is book 3 in the System series by Madison Fox. Fake Dating, super cute. One thing that did kind of bother me was like he talked about like going to a kink club and like being into kinks and things, but then it was never really explored, and I wanted more of it. I wanted to see the things. That's book 3. Forbidden Game is book 2 in that same series, and I think it was a little bit better, so I'm gonna bump it to absolutely loved. Fallen Crest High, I DNF'd. High schoolers falling in love with their stepbrothers. I just cannot. I cannot. Drunk Dial. This one was really fun. It was like a second chance, but she like called him like when they were grown up or whatever. It was super fun. Sorry, I have a hair on me. And she had like had plastic surgery or something. So, like, she looked different. I'll put it in middle of the road. I think there was another one by her that I enjoyed more. Exterminatrix by Bryn Weaver. I absolutely loved this one. It is like a weird lizard man thing, but in the best possible way. Ethan is insta-love, and I should have DNF'd it. Also, Knox was also insta-love, and I should have DNF'd. I should just really delete those off of my Kindle, for being honest. I tried to continue the Pretty Little Liars series. I couldn't do it. I DNF'd it. I loved the show so much, and Caleb was one of my favorite characters, and there's no Caleb in the books. It's just unfortunate. Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. Still thinking about this one. I absolutely loved it. I thought their banter was great. I loved that he was like a florist and she was a wedding planner. Oh, it was so cute. Loved it. Fake Dating by Grumpy Billionaire Boss. If you watched my self-destructing scoop, then you know that this did not deliver. I should have DNF'd it. He was neither grumpy, nor did they really fake date. So the title left a lot to be desired. Fourth Wing, absolutely loved. I have not picked up Iron Flame, which is why I'm not going to put it in Still Thinking About, because I have not continued the series. I do have Iron Flame on my TBR for January before Onyx Storm comes out, but I have not read any farther, and I need to. Four Letter Word, I really liked this one. This one was really fun. It was like a wrong number texting thing. I love that. Ghosted, no one expected this to be one of my favorite books of this year so far, or this year so far. It's 2025 of last year. I got an arc of book 4 in the series, so I went back to read book 1, and I was hooked. I think I sent it to like 5 different people. I was like, you've got to read this. It was so fun. Magical realism and like a plot twist I never saw coming. So good. Next we have Girl Geek, which is a prequel to this like gaming series. I'm gonna say middle of the road. I haven't read the book, the like next book or the first book in the series. This was again a prequel. So I'm curious to see if I still enjoy it. Happy Place. I do remember the plot of this one. I do remember what this one was about. Like I said, beach reading book lovers. I just can't keep them apart. I can't remember which one's which. But Happy Place, I definitely remember. Second Chance is one of my favorites. Hard Drive, I don't really remember which one this one was, so I'm going to put it in there. That was part of that, like, Innocence Lost box set. Guarded by Death. Middle of the road, this one had a lot of potential, but I just feel like it wasn't expanded on enough. You're following a girl who, like, gets saved by this guy, and it turns out he is the Angel of Death. Dun dun dun. I'm gonna break so many hearts with this next one. Heartstopper. I'm gonna put it in middle of the road. I just don't think that I am built for YA, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry because I know y'all love it. But it's not my favorite. I'm sorry. Heart Trick by Kristen Granada. I loved this one. It's like fake dating, but also friends with benefits in like a weird way. I had a great time. Girth, I DNF'd. They were hooking up at like 20% of the book, and I was like, that's enough of that. There's no tension. Hooker and the Hermit, I DNF'd. I tried to read it after A Little Complicated, and I was in such a book hangover that I just could not stay focused, so I DNF'd it. Arab Sin, I also DNF'd. It was a fantasy romance arc that I actually got through NetGalley, and I was just not having a great time, so womp womp. Hell, I don't remember reading this. Don't remember it at all. Grimm, I know I DNF'd because his spunk tasted like chocolate, and I'm sorry. Seasoned junk juice is not my favorite. I'm so sorry. Gross. Heavy, I also DNF'd. And I really had hoped that I would make it through this one because of the subject matter in it. I thought it was really powerful, but unfortunately she was just so whiny that I just could not. Hate Mail, still thinking about it. They were like childhood pen pals, and then they're like he like sends her a letter when she's an adult, and they're like communicating back and forth. We love the communicating back and forth, like text messages and stuff. So good. Hard at Work was another one of these novellas. I'm gonna put this one in middle of the road only because I do remember what this one was about. It still wasn't good, but I do remember it. Hush Hush, I'm also gonna put in middle of the road. I was having a good time when I was reading it, but it is the first book with Crescendo in the Hush Hush series. So it's Hush Hush is book 1, Crescendo is book 2. I read book 1 and then I started book 2 and like DNF'd it really fast because I just couldn't. The YA. Icebreaker. This one, I finished it, but I really didn't like it. I didn't think that their chemistry was good at all. And that's an unpopular opinion apparently because everybody obsesses over that book, but I don't think it was that good. If I Stay, I'm going to put in middle of the road. I don't remember what I read this one for. I read it for like a reading challenge because I needed something, maybe a book about the afterlife, maybe it was. It was fine. It was YA. I struggle with YA, I'm sorry. I really should just stop reading it. I'm Glad My Mom Died. I guess I can put it in absolutely loved, but I feel like that's really kind of wrong to do because of all the stuff that she went through, but I will put it in there because I do feel like her message was really powerful. Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I don't remember this book, like, at all. I do remember that they were, like, friends and they were trying to not date each other. I don't actually remember anything about it. Knockout. Also, I think I might have finished it, but I probably should have just DNF'd it. It was like a novella. We're gonna get controversial again. It Starts With Us. I DNF'd it. I did not like I understand why Lily was upset at Ryle. I did not think that she handled it in a mature way. So, that's that. Kiss and Don't Tell. Absolutely loved. This one is a hockey romance, and his name is Pacey. And if you've been here for any length of time, you know I'm obsessed with Joshua Jackson, who plays Pacey Witter in Dawson's Creek and also plays Charlie Conway in the, what the heck's it called? Mighty Ducks series. Absolutely loved it. His name is Pacey. So cute. Hockey romance. Leather and Lark. I also love this one. I don't think it was as good as Butcher and Blackbird, but it was still so good. Liam, I think, was another like insta-love situation, so I'll put it down there. Lick, I do know that they got married in Vegas and he was like a rock star, but that's pretty much all I remember. Hit the Spot, I would say middle of the road. This one's about like two friends and he's like, you're going to sleep with me, and she's like, no, I'm not. And so they make a pact to basically only sleep with each other if they feel the need. It was so cute. June 1st, still thinking about. I did not think I was gonna like this book by Jennifer Hartman because I thought that it was a step-sibling romance. It's not at all, and I bawled for like the last half of that book. It was rough. I was a mess. If the Shoe Fits, I actually really liked this one. I thought that the Cinderella like retelling element was done in such a great way, and I definitely can't wait to continue that series. I believe it's a shared world because I think the Rapunzel one is by Christina Lauren. After Volume 2, I'll put in middle of the road. They're making like a after comic series. It's fine. I've read it. I've read the After series before, so middle of the road is fine. A Witch's Guide to Fake Dating a Demon was written in third person, and I did not like it. A Merry Little Meet Cute. It's about a porn star who gets cast in a like Hallmark movie. Very cute. I had a great time. Middle of the road. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in middle of the road. Creole Kingpin, I DNF'd. I was doing the audiobook and I did not like hearing them talk. That sounds so mean. I'm sorry. That's very mean, but I didn't like it. Lies and Lullabies, absolutely loved this series. It's a shared world with Serena Bowen. Serena Bowen, Rebecca Yarros, and Devney Perry. So good. Love the One You're With. I soft DNF'd to this one. I just was not rooting for the characters at all. Make You Mine, one of those Innocence Lost novellas. Don't remember anything about it. Matched, another YA dystopian situation. I DNF'd it. Mating with the Mallows. I can't put it in middle of the road, can I? I mean, this one was not that bad. It's right up there. My friend is Sabrina and I were like reading all these weird novellas, and we've determined that the Easter ones are the least cringe. Who knew? Next we have Maybe Someday, Maybe Not, and Maybe Now. Maybe Someday, I loved at the time I read it. Maybe Not was okay. Maybe Now, I DNF'd. I just did not care about the characters by that point. Mayhem Carnival, straight up smutfest. Put it in middle of the road. There was not plot. Not that I was there for plot, but I wanted a little more than I got. Merry Ever After, I do not remember what that one was about, and I just read it. Message in a Bottle, I DNF'd. Not my favorite. Morning Wood, also DNF'd. Muses and Melodies, absolutely loved. It's part of that same series with The Lies and Lullabies. It's about like a trio of musicians, and it was beautiful. I love that series. My Fault, I would put in middle of the road. I did watch the movie before I read the book, so do with that what you will. It is Step Brother. Naked, I don't know if I even read. I don't think I even finished that one. I'm gonna put it in, should have been a DNF if I did finish it. I probably shouldn't have. Another one from the Innocence Lost group. I should probably just pull those out. I think this one was one. This one is one. This one is one. They all just fade together because they're all virgin, like, dad situation things. I think that's all of them. Yeah, we're almost at the end, guys. This is crazy. Pawns in the Bishop's Game, middle of the road. It was just basically like he saves her, then she saves him, then he saves her, then she saves him. And I was like, get it together, y'all. Get it together. Pen Pal, I loved this one. I gave it 4 stars. I definitely recommend going in blind. It was not what I was expecting in the slightest, but I had a great time. Next is Point of Retreat. I'm going to do Slammed first. I liked Slammed. I did not like Point of Retreat. I DNF'd it. Whoops. Praised by Cupid, I also DNF'd. Basically, they were like, oh yeah, this girl's friend carried a Cupid statue into her, like, 3rd story apartment. And I was like, how? So unrealistic. Come on, guys. Pretty Boys Are Poisonous. I still think about these poems by Megan Fox. Especially with, like, all the drama with her and MGK. Like, her being pregnant, them breaking up, them getting back together, them breaking up again. The poems, they're... yeah. I still think about them. Pro Gamer's Aim was fun if you are married to a gamer or you're a gamer yourself. I highly recommend. It was just a good, fun time. Railed by the Easter Bunny, we will put that also in middle of the road because, again, if you're gonna read weirdo holiday smut, it should be Easter smut. Rake. Oh, I forgot we read that. Rake was not terrible, and I'm gonna put it in middle of the road. Yes, it is about a sentient rake. You're welcome. Resting Scrooge Face. They are like writing letters back and forth, and it's very, very cute. I'm gonna put it in middle of the road. I think I only gave it 3 stars, but it was a lot of fun in the moment. Riffs and Refrains goes up here with those other 2 from that series. Again, just a great series and shared world, but they did an amazing job making it seamless. Roman, meh, middle of the road. I'm still on the hunt for a good motorcycle romance, so if you know one, please tell me. Room Hate, I loved this one by Penelope Ward. The tension was so good. So good. Rosie and the Dreamboat, I don't remember this one. I know that I read it as part of that series. What was that series even called? It was something Valentine's Day. I don't remember what it was, but Royal Valentine, I should have DNF'd this one. The I did not like the male main character. I thought he was kind of a D-bag, but it's fine. Santa Daddy, I don't remember this one. Santa's Good Girl, I remember a little bit more, but not enough to make it worth it. Satan's Affair, what a trip. I'm gonna put it in middle of the road because I don't know that saying that I loved that is really a good thing that I should admit. Smashed by the Christmas Inflatables. I should have DNF'd that one. That was a weird one. Snow Place Like LA. I would say this one's middle of the road. This one is a gay novella. Takes place in the not Merry Little Meet Cute series. Spookily Yours. I'm still mad that I DNF'd this one, but unfortunately I didn't finish it in October, and then I was out of the season for it, and I just could not get back to it. So I did DNF that one. Squeak. Yep, that's a balloon animal situation. I guess I'll put it in middle of the road. The Squeak Wool was way worse. Did I even read that? I don't think so. The Squeak Wool was way worse. Steel King, I really liked this one. It had really good suspense. And it is not a motorcycle club. It's like they used to have a motorcycle club situation. Step Devil, it was fine. Stiff, this one actually wasn't terrible. He gets cursed to be a dildo because he like treated women badly. Very funny. Stuck With You, is this the one where they get stuck in the elevator? I think they get stuck in an elevator. I can't remember much about that one, obviously. Stuffed by the Were Turkey. Y'all, I'm telling you. The Baker's Wife, that one was actually terrible. Sweet Little Nothing, I'm gonna go middle of the road. It is a like college bully situation. And I just think I'm out of my bully era, which is unfortunate because I was so in it for a bit there. The Birthday List, I really enjoyed the way that grief was explored in this one. I'll put it in absolutely loved. I do need to finish that series though. Catherine Center, y'all. The Bodyguard, I didn't like this book. And so many people love this book, and I didn't like it. I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I didn't like it. So, unfortunately, we're going to just go with, it should have been a DNF, but I finished it. It was not the best. The Breakup Tour, I had high hopes for this one, because it was, like, Taylor Swift vibes. It was not great. I guess I'll put it in middle of the road, but it was not great. Centaur's Touch, we should have DNF'd that one for sure. The Cheat Sheet, I actually really, really enjoyed this one. It is a clean romance by Sarah Adams, but I actually had a great time with that one. The Devil, this one was dark for sure. It is like stepdad vibes. It was interesting. The Deviled Egg made me do it. If he didn't have chive pubes, then maybe he wouldn't be at the bottom. But alas, here we are. The Eden's Legacy Story. This is like one of the novellas that go with the Eden series by Debney Perry. I absolutely loved this one. This was a novella done right. And when the novella is done right, you know it. Exception to the rule, this one, they were like pen pals and they were like sending emails back and forth. So cute. Absolutely loved. That's one of the only ones that I actually remember from this series. I remember what it's about. The Flat Share, I remember them like living together, like he lived there like during the week and she lived there during the weekend, or like something weird like that. They like shared a bed but like not ever together. And they like left sticky notes and things for each other, so clearly I remember some parts of it. So we will put it in middle of the road. We're getting too full up here. I can't see my top guys. The Kiss Quotient. I DNF'd this one. I just didn't like the characters. I don't think I related to her enough or sympathized with her enough to connect, which is unfortunate. The Lies Between Us. This is an MC series that I was in the middle of when the year started. I don't remember anything about this book though. And What Might Kill Us was also part of that series, and I don't really remember that one either. I remember like what they were, but I don't remember. I can't tell them apart, basically. The Lodge. This one was really cute. It was about this girl who's hired to ghostwrite a memoir for this like ex-pop rock star guy. And she goes to the ski lodge in Vermont. It was very, very aesthetic, and I read it in December, so it was total vibes. It was cute. And it's a recent release. It's either just come out or it's coming out in January. I don't remember which. Night Circus. I DNF'd. I was so confused. I'm sorry. The Notebook, middle of the road. It's a good classic. I like clearly had a Nicholas Sparks moment there for a bit. The Wedding, which is the sequel to The Notebook, I DNF'd. I did not like it. And that ended my Nicholas Sparks era. The Rivalry. I loved this one. You're following two characters who root for like rival football teams. I think they were football teams, and they're like, we can't tell our families because like they'll like freak out, and then at the end the people are just like, it's just football, like chill. But it was so fun. I had a blast with that one. I think I read it in like a day. The Royals Next Door. I do remember that she like hooks up with the bodyguard guy, but other than that I don't remember much. And that's Karina Halley, isn't it? I don't think I realized I read from her before. The Soulmate Equation. I DNF'd this one. This is book 1, right? Yeah, I DNF'd this one. I accidentally read True Love Experiment first. Absolutely loved it. Read book 1. DNF'd it. I'm pretty sure I DNF'd it. I did not like that character as much as I liked Fizzy. I absolutely loved Fizzy. I thought she was so chaotic and fun. Things We Leave Unfinished. Loved this one. Great storyline. Good twist at the end. Unhoneymooners. Also loved this one. I really enjoyed their banter and I enjoyed their tension. Britney Spears, The Woman in Me. We'll put this one in loved as well. I think this was a really powerful homage to what she went through and a good read for that. The Worst Best Man. I really can't remember much about this one. The Yule Cat, she adopts a cat, or she like finds a cat who ends up being like an actual human cat, and all I can think about when I look at this cover is Hermione in the bathroom stall. This Mad Violet Sky, I remember when I was like, I can't do YA. This Mad Violet Sky, so good. Although I guess maybe it's like, no, because I'm pretty sure they're 18. So they're either new adult or YA. So good. Definitely an emotional one. Totally Spooked. I don't even remember what that one was. Trick or Beast. Pretty sure I DNF'd that. Twisted Hate. I actually was not as impressed as I was with book 1 and 2 in this series. Put it in middle of the road. Under One Roof. Really don't remember reading that one. Unhinged, in the weird turn of events, middle of the road. It was actually not terrible. It is a romance about a door though, so do with that what you will. Verity. I read Verity this year. I feel weird putting it in loved. They are making it into a movie, so I feel like I'm still thinking about it because I'm like, how? Oh no. Sorry, my battery is dying on my phone. But we're almost done. They're making a movie out of Verity, and I don't know how. If you haven't read Verity yet, you need to read it before the movie comes out so that you can understand why it seems unlikely to make a movie out of that. Walking Disaster. This was beautiful disaster, but completely told from his POV. So unnecessary. I should have DNF'd it, but I'm pretty sure I finished it. Walk Off Wedding. I'm so sorry, Marin. I love you so much, but I DNF'd this. It was just too long. Too long. Get to the point. I love the characters, but it just took me too long to get there. What's Left of Me. Absolutely loved this one. Domestic violence is a trope in there, so heed your trigger warnings. When in Rome. This one was cute. Middle of the road. It wasn't as good as Cheat Sheet for me from Sarah Adams. Wickedly Sweet was like her brother's two best friends or whatever. I mean, I guess we'll put it in middle of the road because I clearly can remember parts of it, but it wasn't great. With Any Luck. I do not remember this one. Worst Wingman Ever. Also don't remember that one. Wolf King's Brood Maiden, should have DNF'd that. It was weird as all get out. And Wolf Hunted, I did DNF. And that's all the books I read in 2024. All right, let's go scroll back up, and so we can kind of take a look really quickly. I did have quite a few, 12 books that I'm still thinking about. And some of those I read earlier in the year. I had a lot of good, absolutely loved favorites, big chunk in middle of the road, and then all of these weird things in the bottom. They were fun in the moment for sure to read, but that is all of the books that I read in 2024. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this was kind of a long one and super talkative, but I hope you had fun kind of seeing my reading journey over 2024. It was a trip to look at them all for sure, but I will talk to you guys soon. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you want more reader content like this one, and I will see y'all in the next one.